कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse number 21. Ved avinashinam nityam ya enam ajam avyayam katham sa purushaha partha kam ghatayati hantikam. O Parth, how can a person who knows the soul to be eternally birthless, immutable and indestructible kill anyone or cause anyone to be killed? In verse number 19, Shri Krishna had said that one who considers the soul to be either the killer or the killed is ignorant, because the self neither slays or is slain by anyone. So while he described a person who is in ignorance in verse number 19, here he describes the person who is in real knowledge of the self, and giving pretty much exactly the same argument. Here he states that one who understands the eternal nature of the soul, who understands that the soul cannot be transformed and in any form or fashion can its existence be diminished or destroyed, cannot be the killer, either himself or be the cause of killing someone. Now this has very important meaning. First of all, in the general sense, what Krishna is explaining to Arjun is that a devotee is always non-violent. A self-realized person perfectly understands the true nature and the true identity of each and every living being. Therefore, out of any personal feeling of revenge, jealousy or hatred, a self-realized person would never cause harm to another living entity, whether that living entity is a human or an animal. Because a realized person knows that even if the body is killed, the true self of that individual whose body is being destroyed does not cease to exist. And as a devotee sees the presence of the Lord in each and every living entity, he does not want to cause any harm, any sort of pain to any person in the world. But the same self-realized devotee will also, for the sake of protection of religious principles, may take up arms and kill an irreligious person simply for the purpose of protection of dharma. The important point here is the purpose for which an act is committed. If the act is committed strictly for the purpose of religious principles, then that act, even though externally it may seem immoral, is justified. And what is dharma? As we discussed before, dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. The instructions of the Lord constitute the religious principles. We are no one to decide what is right and what is wrong, what is religious and what is irreligious, because by our defective logical reasoning we may make a mistake in determining what is right or wrong. Therefore, we take the shelter of scriptures which are spoken by the Lord Himself. See, this is a very, very critical point. To understand Bhagavad Gita correctly, as we have discussed before and our acharyas have explained, that we must first of all understand what is the position of Krishna. Unless we accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we cannot understand the true essence of these verses. Many commentators, in fact most of the commentators who do not believe that Krishna is actually God, are not able to correctly explain verses like this one, because they seem contradictory to generally accepted moral principles. In fact, some commentators either completely avoid giving commentary on such verses or give very convoluted explanations. See, on the face of it, it seems that Krishna is justifying killing to Arjun and telling him to do something which is against the generally accepted moral and religious principles. Non-violence, ahimsa, is the basis of religion. Our own scriptures state ahimsa paramo dharmo. Krishna, in many scriptures in Bhagavad Gita as well as Bhagavatam, will explain that hurting other living entities is against religious principles. So how is it here that he is justifying the same act that our own scriptures state as the cause of sin, something which is, there can be nothing more sinful than killing someone? So we have to understand who Krishna is and what is the purpose that he has come here, and what is the purpose that he is telling Arjun to commit this apparently heinous act. Shri Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ji in his commentary states that everything has its proper utility, and a man who is situated in complete knowledge knows how and where to apply a thing for its proper utility. Although the justice of the peace awards capital punishment to a person condemned for murder, the justice of the peace cannot be blamed because he orders violence to another person according to the codes of justice. See, this is important. A judge, when orders a person to be hanged till death, the judge is not blamed because he's simply following the constitution, simply the law, and trying to protect the society at large from a person who could cause great disturbance in the society. Now Krishna is the supreme judge. He is the judge of all the judges, and he comes to this world to annihilate irreligious people. Paritranay sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. As Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, that to kill those who are demoniac and to protect the saintly people, to establish the principles of religion and vanquish irreligion from this world, he appears again and again. And actually this is an act of his mercy. When he personally kills someone or causes someone to be killed, that person actually gets delivered. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there's so many pastimes when Lord, even in his childhood pastimes in Vrindavan, as he killed various demons, all of them attained liberation. For example, Putana, who came to actually kill Krishna when he was just a few days old. She had smeared her breast with poison, wanting to feed Krishna her breast milk, and as a result, with that poison-laced milk, kill Krishna. Sri Krishna simply touched her breast and sucked out her life air. Putana, who had the strength of 10,000 elephants, could not push away Krishna and fell down from the sky. She was instantly killed. But then from her demoniac body emerged an effulgent personality and went to Krishna's spiritual abode. And what position did she get there? Sri Gurudev explains that she got the position of a maid servant in the household of Mother Yashoda, because she had given her milk to Krishna, and even though it was laced with poison, Krishna took that as her mood of service, because only a mother offers milk to a child, and gave her a position befitting that of a very close maidservant in his spiritual abode. So see how merciful the Lord is. Even though externally it seemed that he killed this demon, but actually he liberated her. And like this, all the demons that were killed in his past times, they all attained liberation. They would have stayed, if they would have stayed in this world, they would have caused so much havoc, they would have committed so much more sin, and they would have kept suffering in the cycle of birth and death for time immemorial. But Sri Krishna not only saved the world and protected the saintly people from the violence being committed by these demons, but also delivered these demons as well. And when Krishna comes, then to fulfill his mission, he employs his devotees for that purpose. Here Krishna is telling Arjun to fulfill his mission. In chapter 11, verse number 33, Krishna will tell Arjun, Tasmat tvam uttisht yasaha labhasva jitva shatrum bhungshrihi rajyam samriddham maya ev ete nihat purvam eva nimit matra bhav savyasachan. Therefore get up and prepare to fight. After conquering your enemies, you will enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement. So Krishna is saying, don't think that you are killing these soldiers. They are already put to death. I have already arranged for it. All you have to do what? Nimit matra bhava savyasachin. And you, O Arjun, O Savyasachin, just become an instrument in the fight. Because in this battle of Kurukshetra, Krishna had taken a vow that he will not pick up any weapon. So he is using his devotees, the Pandavas, and especially Arjun, to fulfill his mission. Through them, he is realizing the purpose of his advent in this world. When all these demoniac people in the battle of Kurukshetra, and there were thousands and thousands and millions of them, when they would die in the battlefield, taking darshan, seeing the transcendental form of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, they will certainly be liberated from their sinful activities and from the cycle of birth and death. So one who has this knowledge will certainly not be afraid of fighting in the battle. This is the deep meaning of this verse. The real dharma is to serve the Supreme Lord. See, based on the Varnashram dharma, according to our age, whether we are Brahmacharya, Grihast, Vanprastha, Sannyasi, and based on whether one is a student, which is of when one is a teacher, which is Brahman, or one is administrator, like the Kshatriya, or one is a business like the Vaishya, or one is in the labor class Shudra. There are different duties, but those duties are based on the body. In this life, you may have one set of responsibilities based on Varanashram, and in the next life something else. So this is called Naimittik Dharma. But the Nitya Dharma, or the eternal religion, is to serve the Lord. Once we understand the position of the Lord, our position at the spirit soul, and our eternal duty of serving Him, then each and every verse on Bhagavad Gita will become crystal clear. We will not have to play with any word jugglery to explain or understand these verses. During the battle of Kurukshetra to kill Dronacharya, Krishna said that please announce that Ashwathama is dead. But Maharaj Yudhishthir would not say this. So Krishna made an elephant whose name was Ashwathama also be killed, and then told Maharaj Yudhishthir, now say that Ashwathama is dead. What did Yudhishthir say? Ashwathama hatah iti gajaha, that Ashwathama the elephant is dead. So but when he said Ashwathama hatah, and then the next two words iti gajaha, the elephant, Krishna blew his conch shell, and Dronacharya never heard this. But see, the point is that Yudhishthir did not understand that what Krishna is saying is dharma and I must follow it. He was using his own idea of right and wrong, and because of not following Krishna, at the time of leaving this world, he had to see hell, while everyone else, all the Pandavas, straight went to the spiritual world. So please try and understand this very, very important point. We'll discuss this again in many verses. Till that, Hare Krishna, have a very blessed day.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.